What is homelessness? Before we can understand the full extent of homelessness, we should look into what may be considered the definition of homelessness. A few definitions may include persons staying outdoors, persons living in other shelters or motels or boarding houses for homeless people, persons living in care homes or other housing units of social welfare authorities, rehabilitation homes, or hospitals due to lack of housing. Persons living temporarily with relatives and acquaintances due to the lack of housing, families and couples who have split up or are living in temporary housing due to lack of housing. In a few research study articles, the statistics are based off of their definition of homelessness. One in particular defined homelessness as having no regular place to live, or having to live with others for 1 month or more as a result of having no place of one's own. The statistics include, in a given year, approximately 3.5 million Americans experience homelessness. About 75,000 experience homelessness on any given night. A chronic homeless person is an unattended homeless individual with a disability who has either been continuously homeless for a year or more, or has had at least 4 episodes of homelessness in the past 3 years. Homelessness started to receive more attention in the 1980s. Over the years, government organizations, researchers, and policy analysts have examined how widespread homelessness is, the cause associated with homelessness, and the cost of providing services for this population. Chronic substance abuse problems, severe mental health illness, HIV/AIDS, and other serious health problems are what a large number of chronically homeless people are facing daily. People who have a serious mental illness have a higher risk of homelessness because of their lack of psychosocial support. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, 26% of homeless population in the United States suffers from severe mental illness. In contrast, slightly less than 5% of the general population suffers from serious mental illness. Nurses cannot address the mental health needs of their patients without addressing homeless individuals' status, substance abuse, and lack of stable structure for self-care. According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the primary means of decreasing chronic homelessness is through homeless projects that provide housing and supportive services to chronically homeless people on a long-term basis. Across the U.S., there is approximately 275 rescue mission shelters that provide a place to sleep, regular meals, and addiction recovery program. The Well House of Grand Rapids, Michigan is another example of resources that is offered to the homeless. Between January 2013 and June 2015, the Well House has helped 103 people into permanent low-income housing. Of the 103 people, 91% has not returned to homelessness.